All right, let's go. What's good? What's good? What's good? You tune in Apartment 5B, hosted by your man Kill. Got the usual suspects right here. As always, ladies first. Porsche, what's good?
How's it going, Kill?
Everything is everything. What's going on with you out there in Vancouver?
Not a whole lot. Just heat and headaches.
Really? What's the temperature out there?
It's about 92 degrees here right now. Yeah, it's very, very hot.
That's a cold front in Atlanta.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
Burn out the ATL, #1 seller. What's going on, fam?
Man, I'm just happy to be here. This is a great diversion from the rat race, man. I'm glad to be with my people.
No doubt, no doubt. DJ Rec, one out of Houston. What's good brother?
Ain't nothing, man. You know what it is.
All right, no doubt. You already know what it is. Let's jump right into it. Today we're talking about, and I always love to give credit where it's due, so forgive me. I can't remember where I saw this tweet, but somebody on Twitter had this question. I was like, that's dope. And it's your top 5 MCs, dopest guest verses. You know what I mean? So whoever rounds out the top 5, what's up, Vern?
I didn't do it that way. I just got 5 guest verses. They not necessarily my top 5.
That's
okay.
Cool. That's cool. However we freaky. You know how we gonna make it happen no matter what. But so that's what we chopping up about today. Vern, why don't you set us off? What you have for us today?
#1, man. Everybody that knows me knows that Phonte is my favorite MC. But man, I like to subtitle this week. Y'all remember when Rick James had his muddy boots on the white trophy?
Yes.
This is what Pharaoh did on Phonte's We Go Off. Man, Pharaoh the God strike the mic hard like Ty Cobb with a bat. Physicist the antithesis of Steve Jobs when he raps. Max sick gonorrhea clap onomatopoeia. Smack the ish out of you have no idea. Send a stranger to rearrange a Range Rover Kia PSC via satellite with money longer than Nia. Elf chivalry, I will end the chick's career and return to forever. I am Chick Korea. At O'Hare Air with the surface to air missile for your Leah. It's what you will hear before I send you to visit Aaliyah. Oh my goodness, that's just rude, man. That's just rude.
Yeah. And who was that?
That's Pharaoh Munch on Charity Starts at Home, on Phonte's Charity Starts at Home. We Go Off.
Half of the cats don't even know who Chick Korea is.
I don't know that album. I don't know why I don't know that verse like that.
Jesus. I'm gonna have to put that to the side. Good Lord.
I'm still stuck on to send you to Aaliyah. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
And return to forever, I am Chick Korea.
And that's rude because I was like, that's kind of rude. And then like, damn, he said Aaliyah, like,
yeah, man.
All right, no doubt. Rec, which one of the people you got? Which one of your MCs and with some of their joints?
All right, man. So I'm gonna start this off with Nas's verse off of Verbal Intercourse, man. Off of Only Built for Cuban Links. That song for one is a dope song, but for two, Nas, man, he set it off perfect. And it's hard to do at that time when you got Raekwon coming with that album. That's a standout track on that album. And I think it's a standout track mainly because of Nas's verse. Right. That verse, whoo, he killed it. I'm not going to recite it because I'm not a rapper, but, you know, it's a dope verse. And if you haven't heard it, you need to go and do your homework, man. I got it sitting here and I'm just reading through it.
Well, you know, we talking Verbal Intercourse, right?
Yeah.
All right, hold up. I got it here because that's definitely one of mine.
Yeah, through the lights, camera, action, glamour, glitters, and gold. Kills that joint, man.
Sees the stampede, the glow when I deceased, by then the beast to rise like he's the conquer peace, leaving savages to roam on the streets, live on the run. Right. Police paying
me to give in my gun.
My wisdom with the sister Nana prison, my son. Smoke a gold leaf, I hold heat nonchalantly. I'm raunchy. The things I do is real and never haunts me. You know what I mean? And it's funny because that's one of A's favorite verses. So from growing up with him, he used to his favorite line, or one of them, was hold heat nonchalantly.
Yeah.
You could picture that. You know, most people hold a gun a certain way, like like holding the gun nonchalantly. So yeah, just about that verse is
it's typical Nas at that time. I mean, Props is a True Thug's wife. If you know what that really means to somebody off the block at that time, like you did everything for Props.
Right.
You know, so it's a beautiful verse, man. It's it's marquee Nas at that time, man.
Yeah, and I want to say, because since that was one of mine to jump in, I think my favorite part of that verse is "Life a Cycle." Niggas will come home, niggas will go home. What he say? Hold up.
He said it's like a cycle. Niggas will come home, some will go in through a bullet, come back and do the same shit again.
From the womb to the tomb, you know. So it was just such a vivid description of what was in the streets every day. You know what I mean? Your man get out, you chilling with him, you look about the next day like, nah, leave, you know.
He'd be right back.
Right back, got knocked last night. So definitely, I definitely feel that. What's another Nas joint for you?
I just picked that one. I picked one specifically from my top 5 that I could find.
All right, no doubt. Porsche, who you got up?
I have Nas too, and I had Verbal Intercourse as well. But because you and Rec just explained that so well, I'll do the one I tweeted about today. His verse on Mariah Carey's "Thank God I Found You," and I love that one because actually a lot of people told me that they forgot Nas ever did a verse on that track. But I love when there's rap verses in R&B songs. I think it sounds so well balanced, and it brings my two favorite genres together. So I love them. And that one, Nas is just so smooth with the lyrics. I absolutely love the way he's able to sort of just be the best kind of compliment and balance to Joe and to Mariah Carey. So that one's a dope verse. I love it. And I think it's kind of slept on for a Nas joint. So
yeah, my wife put me on that.
Say that joint because that's when she did "Make It Last Forever."
Yeah,
Last Forever, but they named it.
Thank God. Yeah, exactly.
I found you. Right. I do remember that joint.
Yeah. My wife put me onto that when we was dating in college, man.
All right, that's what's up. Porsche, you got any other Nas joints? Or you just had that one?
No, I got Body in the Trunk with Noriega. I love that one too.
Okay, Porsche.
I love that. I love the Noriega, like the Nori album. And that one is just, again, they're so complementary to each other, and it's so fluid and natural, and the chemistry is fantastic. And actually, just on that Drink Champs interview that Nas did, he did explain and touch on how that sort of came about, and it was very, like, the way they explained it, it was very fluid and sort of like natural. So, and that came across in the track. So I love that one too.
All right. Any other Nas's, or you just got two?
No, I got John Blaze with Fat Joe and Pun, and then I got It's Mine off the Murder Music album, Mobb Deep's. So
yeah.
All right. No doubt. You can't go wrong with them joints. So I'm gonna go in order. My number one MC ever is Big. So I'm gonna go with some big joints. The first joint I got for Big is the Puffs, the Victory joint off the No Way Out album. You know, that's the commission. You asked for permission to hit him. He don't like me. Hit him while wifey was hit with him. You heard of us, the murderers, most shit. Been on the little late, the son of Satan. They say my killing's too late. Hesitating. I'm in your mama's crib waiting. Duct tape. Yo, there's something. Whenever I was like Big Robs, it's just something like the hesitation and the flow. So Wreck, you hoop. It's like that hesitation.
It's that hezzy. It's that hezzy move.
It's like that, like you know, duct tape in your fam. Destiny lays in my hand. Gatson lays in my waist. Francis to the MH. Phenomenal. Gun rest under the vest by the Adamus. Like the way he can flip that up is like just so mind-boggling and amazing to me.
Yeah, it felt effortless.
Yeah.
Always.
It felt effortless.
I mean, to rhyme a few bars so I could buy a few cars, so I could kick a few flows, so I could pimp a few hoes. Excellence is my presence. Never tense, never hesitant. Leave a nigga bent real quick, real sick. All nights I perform like Mike, anyone, Tyson, Jordan Jackson.
When he said that, I was done. I was like, all right.
Like, yo, and this is a guest verse. This is something even for me. Like, that's like, yo, I'm going to just drop 50 on you just on some old AAU rock apart type night. Like, yo, kids, a girl, your touch. In this world, I clutch two automatos. Used to call me fat, so now you call me Castro. My rap flows militant. Like, yo, like, yeah. So that was that joint. That's one of them. The next joint I got up for Big, of course, the Flavor in Your Ear remix.
Yeah.
and their mom should know the word. So no going to that. I think my favorite line in that was the invisible bully like the gooch.
The gooch. Yeah.
You know, always just talking. Now, what was funny is Black Thought was on Jesus and Miro, and he was saying how he had beef with the Roots. I mean, no, that he had beef with Big or something because they thought they said something about the Roots.
Yeah.
Like, who didn't know that it was the invisible bully like the gooch? Like,
but they did. But here's the thing: that tells you that people didn't know who the gooch was, and they heard it, and the way they heard it in the cadence was invisible bully, and then he goes like the Roots, and he keeps going. So they probably thought he was dissing the Roots, which he later on kind of did. But if you listen to it, the way you can hear it, interpret it, you can mistake it as that. Because I did until I listened to it a few times when it first came out.
You know the dope thing about Big is that it's like you say, his flow and his cadence, because it's not like he was saying a whole bunch of earth-shattering things, but the way that he delivered it. I mean, invisible bully like the gooch, disappear, vamoose, you're whack to me, take back to the factory. You know what I'm saying? It's just so ill, man.
So when he said the gooch, people thought he said the Roots.
Well, I mean, I guess, I just couldn't call it. The next joint I got up, guest verse for Big is Brooklyn's Finest with Jay. Hit your black, split your, fuck fist fights and lame scuffles, pillowcase to your face, make the shell muffle, shoot your daughter in the calf muscle, fucking tussle, nickel plated, sprinkle coke on the floor, make it drug related.
Most hated, debated.
Yo, this dude say you gonna shoot your daughter in the calf muscle. Like what in your brain? Like, this is why like MCs and why I started that joint the process, because it's like, how did you write this rhyme? Like, what were you thinking? Or who shot you? Mob ties like my time, like Sinatra. Peruvians tried to do me, and I haven't paid them yet. Trying to push 700s, they ain't
paid them yet.
Oh, that's some bracelets and false bit. Rings too. Niggas round my way call me Igloo. Stick who? Oh, I mean,
oh man.
I know you got Big. Are you in on? I mean, I know you got him, but are you this one of your picks? I don't want to rhyme the whole day.
Like, no. I tried to stay away from the norm, like the usual suspects for Big. So I've got a couple other ones, but you've touched on some, but I've got a couple other ones.
All right,
you're good. You're good, Kill.
Keep your hands high. Shit gets steeper. Here comes the Grim Reaper. Frank White, leave the keys to your innkeeper. Show homie the bitch in the Shoney's told me you holding more drugs in the pharmacy. You ain't harming me. You harming me. Past the safe before I blaze the place. Like, I get, because I've met people who say Jay and Big went back and forth, and I agree. There's no knock to Jay. I just think Big's just something about Big just always spoke to me more than Jay. You know what I mean? So again, I'm not saying nobody who says Jay killed this better than Big. It's just Big that spoke to me. So that was another Big. I don't need to even really go into Puffs all about the Benjamins. That joint was crazy. The one that a lot of people never talk about, that I gotta talk about, Rec, you probably know what I'm talking about, Tracy Lee's.
Yes.
Man. It still shocks me how many people have not heard that song.
Yeah, that's baffling to me.
It's crazy. Real quick, fuck that. I preach this. My 9 reaches. The prestigious cats that speak this Willie shit. Flooded pieces. My hand releases. Snatch. Smack your cabbage. Half rappers shouldn't have it. I mean, like, yo, this joint is just Big, just doing, them rings and things you sing about. Bring them out. It's hard to yell when the barrel's in your mouth. It's more than I expected. I thought your jewels was rented, but they wasn't. So run it, cousin. I could feel ran up in the shell about a dozen. You never seen bank like Frank White, hand clutching your chest plate, contemplate about to die. Wait, niggas, keep your hand. Like, yo, and then I think my favorite part is that where's this joint? I got new mouths to feed. I'm due south with keys while you pick out seeds out your weed. I make cowards bleed. Motherfucker, please. It's my block with my rocks. Fuck that hip hop, that 1-2s, and you don't stop. The hands brought 10 bricks, 4 pounds of weed plans from Branson. Now we lamping 12 with Mansons. Bitches get naked off, get money, players anthem. Don't forget one more chance in my other hits, other shit. Niggas spit that counterfeit. Robberies come naturally. And the part that killed me is for years when he said from Bronson, I thought he was trying to make a Charles Bronson reference. Bronx. But I was watching this Netflix documentary on weed, and the big weed dude that everybody used was this dude in Harlem named Branson. So I didn't even know that until I seen the Fab Five Freddy documentary. Okay. That hit me even more like, and then it makes sense. Like, brought 10 bricks, 4 pounds of weed plants from Branson. Like, it just makes it tight. It's crazy how this song is from 97, and I'm learning. I'm still connecting dots in 2019. So yeah, that's my big thing right there. So Vern, you who you got up next, Vern?
I'm gonna go with Fonte. Now Torre unleashed the flurry of bullets on Clap Ish Up. That's on Torre's album. I mean, dude was spitting for his life. But that doggone Fonte came in and said, me and my man's on a war tour, but the crowd screaming for more tour. And Tigolo on the assist, he's the orator. You can count on just like a scoreboard, but what the F you keeping score for when the L is imminent? Scrimmaging against you effeminate niggas in boy shorts. Kidney Hill rap scratching up the floorboards. In a top hat, you rap niggas is Boy George. And then he said, I attack tracks with more force and more anger than a gangster in a Russian divorce court. Mad because his wife is going after his stored Porsche so she can make some more borscht. Then he really want to call her a bid, but if he call her a bid, the judge gonna tell him to ease up. Poor sport. And then he said, now he had a lollygag. I specialize in body bags. And if we're in the streets, man, F for autograph. The only signature that I need is a 4-4. Then he said, let me see, raised in the Marley Marl era, so you better call Saul and tell Saul to call pallbearers. Just a little Tigolo would make it all better. So F the radio station and all the call letters. Because my rhymes commodities go off like IEDs. Lines go over your head and stay there like the sword of Damocles. Peace to Skyzoo, Odyssey, and plus all the old school, the Hercs, the Bams, and the Toddy T's. When I become a legend, just acknowledge me, fam. Pardon me, damn, I gotta go. Y'all clap Ish Up, I give a standing O.
He said his only signature is 4-4s.
4-4.
For those that don't get that, he's throwing a shot at the trap era, man. 4-4 is the signature is a normal signature when you making beats, man. Oh shit,
bro! I love intelligence, man. I mean, I love people that make the sword of Damocles. I mean, you have to read Greek mythology to know what he's talking about, man. You know that, bro. Like you said, Kill. I need MCs to be like, man, what? Where you get that from?
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like those that it's like, yo, what were you thinking? Because it may be something like when I'm making beats. Like I may have heard something that day that sparked my ear to say, okay, let me use this or use that. I'm just always interested. My man in college put me onto it. This is no disrespect to Too Short. Nobody come at me, don't at me about Too Short. I know. But my man Biz schooled me. He was like, yo, Kill. The most amazing thing about like the Nas's and the Kanes is that we can't rap like that. He was like, I can rap like Too Short. He was like, I can rap like Too Short. Like we would not be amazed at Kobe if we could all play ball like, you know what I mean? So I don't, no disrespect to Too Short, but his rhymes were very simplistic. Okay, so most people could rhyme like a Too Short. That's the thing. Like with Fonte, I'm always like, how do you do that? Like y'all, like rappers are like people like superheroes to me. Like y'all can damn near fly because I can't do it. You know what I mean? So it's like, how do you do it? How do you put these words together? What made you think of the 4-4 time signature? What made you think of the sword of Damocles or whatever? Like, what made you watch Clash of the Titans with your son last night? Like that's amazing to me how people can do that. So I'm with you 100% on that. And then, like you said, make it sound so intelligent, but still bar you up. Like that's the thing that I feel like is always that knock. Like when I'm always saying like, when I was like, Fonte's album, Royce's album, and then Thought Stream of, what was Stream of Consciousness. And I'm like, Thought is just barring you up, but don't think that Fonte and Royce still ain't barring you up, but they just happen to be talking about other things that I can relate to.
Yeah.
So, that's why Fonte made So Help Me God, I'll Murder You Niggas, because he wanted to remind them that if you want to go battle rap, man, I would eat you alive. I mean, what did he say in that song? What's the African the African musician?
Fela Kuti?
What did he say?
Fela Kuti?
I'm messing up the show, but I'm gonna find it. Even though it's not. Even though
It's
it's
all
not a guest. Let me see. So help me God. I just want to give Fonte his props, man. So help me God. All right, here we go.
Yeah, but nah, I agree with you wholeheartedly on that because I felt like, and that's why I was like, let me just set the album off with this so that y'all don't forget. Like, don't
Yes.
twist it. I'm gonna talk about getting remarried. I'm gonna talk about marrying my dad. I'm gonna talk about raising some sons and black men take care of your health. But please don't ever get it. Think.
You know, he said, I'm the Hugh Master Killer meets Master Killer. Your OG's OG, just ask the nigga. Audio slave with a mastermind. Any wall of sound Tigolo will vandalize. Dog, I'm no tap dancer, tiptoeing audio lap dancer, sounding like rap cancer metastasized. Come on, man. Metastasize.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, Fonte's a monster, man. Definitely a monster. Porsche, who you got up next for you?
Well, I just want to add to the big segment that you did. I have to mention the "Can't You See" verse with Total. And the reason, and again, I tweeted about that today when I put it up against Nas's verse, but that verse is probably my favorite verse ever from a rapper in a R&B song. And it's just everything Big says is one of those like pause, rewind, repeat moments, everything. And everybody's favorite line is when he goes, my rap lines are like landmines, one step kaboom, black suits fill the room. Like it's just so much metaphor and analogy in there.
You know what, Porsche? And I hate to give this person credit, but Puff's ad-libs the like
I could do without it. I'm just I'm not gonna give Puff any props here.
And here's the wild part. On Nas's last album that I know is only me, Kanye, and like North like the album. I'm the only person like Nas here. But there was a version with Puff not on the first song. I forgot the name.
Oh yeah, I heard it
without Puff,
yes.
And there's a version with Puff, and I'm like, damn, do I really need Puff on it? Like,
I
Puff
know
added so much to it, but yeah,
I agree.
But
so that Total line, that Total verse, and then also he did the Real Love remix with Mary J. Blige, which is dope. It's not as dope as the Total one. That's my favorite. But again, Mary J's voice and Big's rhyming is like, I don't know. It's like the R&B god and then the rap god come together, and it's just amazing all around, like the whole entire track. So that one is very, very dope. And if people haven't heard it, definitely check it out. Big is just so smooth with it, and Mary J's voice is like silk. Like she's just brilliant. So you're getting the best there from both of them. So I wanted to add those.
The funny thing about that Total joint is Big's verse has absolutely nothing to do with any of the songs. What they're singing about.
I know. But it's still so good.
It's still so good.
It goes
like,
together.
You don't even want to hear the version without
exactly.
it. Like,
right.
You're just like, I don't care.
Yeah, I agree. Because you got me thinking, is Big the dopest hip hop artist to do it on R&B tracks?
In my opinion, he is. And the reason I think that is because the way that Big is able to almost like, I don't know, I want to say like skate through his rhymes and lace them with like charisma and cadence and flow, and it's just as silky as an R&B singer. And I know I sound like I'm standing, and I'm not standing for Big. It's just what it is. Like,
I don't think you stand.
Respect is due.
When you
like, it's just that's why to me, Big's the best at it for me, personally. It's like, I don't know how else to explain it. He's just so smooth with it that it just almost fits so well into any R&B song and singing like singer that it's just it's perfect every time.
Right.
Big delivers every single time.
Man,
so
I ain't gonna say no homo because I don't play that. But Big, his Porsche, you said the word charisma. He's heartthrob, never black and ugly as ever. However, Big, which is a charming dude, and I think y'all get what I mean by that.
Yeah.
He charms you. Like you gonna laugh, and it's gonna throw off the fact how big he is or how dark he is or whatever. So I get exactly what you're saying on the R&B. I mean, Big gonna pull the women just off of his charisma.
Like whatever he says, like he's talking about anything, and however way he's delivering it, you're just so wrapped up in it. And you think back and you're like, wait a minute, did he just say like Sasquatch feet? Like thundering like Sasquatch feet? And you don't realize that he's just made a Sasquatch sound attractive some way or another. And that's just the way it is. Like it's literally like stop you in your tracks kind of flow for me. That's why I love Big as much as I do. That's why he's ranked number 1 all time for me. So I have to just put that out there.
So let me throw out my Big since we on Big. I bring drama like you spit on my mama, cannibalistic like that nigga Jeffrey Dahmer. I'm a cat pillar, gut stealer, coffin stealer, ex-drug dealer. I mean, bruh, he came on a bunch of niggas. With Heavy D is one of my favorites, but Big did his thing, man.
Yeah.
Cats haven't heard that either.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, here's the thing. Big has some questionable lyrics. Like,
no
very
doubt.
questionable, right? Like, there are some lyrics where we're raising eyebrows and we're like, what the hell is he referring to? But no one, like, you still rap along with it. You're still, like, I don't, but I mean.
There's some lines I skip. Like, my
like, yeah, but what I'm saying is, like,
on the bridge with kids, but I kind of skip over that line.
Right. But what I mean is, like, he's able to kind of weave that in there, and you don't really, like, you got to take a double take, because the first time you hear it, it's so smooth and silky that you're just like, okay, that just sounded dope. And then you go back and you're like, what the hell is he talking about? And then you're like,
wait, gives you that rewind factor because you're like, what did he say? Or did he say that? Like,
yeah, did he just say that? Okay, we're never listening to this one again. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, no doubt, Rec. Who you got up next, man?
All right, man. So I'm going with LL. I'm going with his verse on Rampage for a number of reasons. We talked about this a while ago. He was dead in the water at this time. And I just read an article today, matter of fact. Russell Simmons had been wanting him to get down with EPMD for a minute because he felt as though it would kind of jumpstart him and it would help him out. At the time, EPMD was hot like fish grease. So he was not necessarily reluctant, but we talking LL. So the verse for Rampage, he's dissing EPMD in the verse.
Yeah. I never took it like that, hearing it, but then like you said, when I heard stories.
Right. I read stories. I saw interviews where, Parrish had talked about it, E talked about it, and it's like, damn, this dude, like, he really, like, you was not gonna take him off his throne easily. And now
was that why he wasn't in the video?
I don't know. I never read anything as to why he wasn't in the video. That's a very good question. I hope we get the reason as to why he wasn't. But he kills that song. Yeah. He kills that song. I mean, the Ripper, the Master, the Overlordian. I had to look up what Overlordian means.
Is that even a word?
It is a word. It basically means the ruler.
Okay. I didn't even know. I thought he just made up the word, which I was fine with. I didn't.
Right. But I mean, somebody can make the word accordion rap in a song. That's hard to do, man. That's hard to do. So I really love that verse. I think the verse is a standout verse for me in that song, and that's saying a lot because I'm an EPMD stan, and he kills that song, man. Like, that was perfect for him, and he came right behind it with, Mama Said Knock You Out and everything else. So it's perfect timing for him. Crazy verse, and then the fact that you got the balls to diss, one of the greatest groups in hip hop on their own song.
On their own song, yeah.
Right, and have the standout verse, not just diss them, but have the standout verse. That says a lot, man. LL. He kills that verse, man. So
I need more background on that. Where did you?
I got you. And
the reason why I say it is because I'm wondering, one,
okay,
EPMD know at the time, because I've chopped it up with rappers throughout the years and have said, I think that they was trying to get at me, or I think this line right here. So I'm just wondering if they were all in the studio and was EMP looking at each other like, yo, did this nigga just like?
So in the interview, they said that they kind of looked at each other, was like, yo, is he dissing us? And they didn't ask him, but like, I guess through conversation years later, they found out like he was like, yeah, I was taking a shot at y'all. The verse is, I just had it. He says, no holds barred, it's time to get scarred. You and your squad better praise the real God. He's talking about that's when they had the Def Squad, Hit Squad. That's when they had he's talking to them.
You know what? Man? I'm not really one for violence, but dog, you diss me on, I'm gonna have to punch you in the face. Like I ain't no wild out dude like that, but dude, you got the audacity,
right?
In here and this, like, nah, B, it ain't going down like that,
right?
Like,
and he doesn't stop. He says, when it comes to lyrics, I'm as freaky as Seika. I think Seika is like a game, a word game. He says, so lay the mic down slow and careful, because mine is fully loaded and I got another handful. A clip to slip in and start ripping, diving and dipping, giving punks a whipping. Just in case you want to go a few rounds or so, I'm down so that you clowns, he's talking plural, so that you clowns will know me getting burnt or hurt won't be tolerated. I got rhymes up the hood. Forget it. I'm constipated. L. Like he drops the mic on them. Like he lets them know like L.
But here's the wild part. I can say this because I've heard that song for years. I would never think in a million years he's dissing, which to me is some nut shit. Because if you are dissing, you know, it's obvious. Be like that green-eyed nigga with the lisp. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Don't sneak diss me at the house. Don't invite me over Thanksgiving dinner and I'm sneak dissing your wife mac and cheese. Like if you diss me in my crib, at least be like, yo, your wife mac and cheese is whack, bro. Like, I never once ever took away from that verse that he was dissing them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me neither. But as I'm doing the research for this and I'm reading articles, I'm like, yo, this cat is throwing the shots.
Yeah. I definitely feel some kind of way about that if I was EMP. And it's funny because maybe some people don't know. I gotta remember I'm not just talking to the three of y'all. We talking to a whole rack of folk. But a lot of people don't know that Eric B. Rakim and EPMD were about to go at it. You know what I mean? From the smack me and I'll smack you back. You know what I mean? So them both being from Long Island, like they had their little disses back and forth like that. And what did Rakim say? It was the smack me and I'll smack you back. And Rakim said something, but they was about to go to war. You know? Yeah. We don't want it with Rakim. Like, nah. You know?
Nah.
With that, bro. Like,
take a knee, bro.
And I appreciate that. Because that's what a lot of people can't do. Like, and that to me was kind of going on in Philly and going on in Atlanta where like Cassidy and everybody wanted to be the king of Philly, and nobody wanted to just fall back and be like, nah, Gilly, you got it. Or, Tip was the king of, the king of ATL. Like, there not too many people want to fall back and be like, all right, you right. Beans, you the king. We just, you know what I mean? So I appreciated E being like, nah, we don't want that smoke. Like, we good. Like, we know our lane and it ain't Rakim or whatever like that. Next person I got up, my number 2 ever is Jay-Z. First, we're going to start with Beans. Off of Beans' second album is On, which is crazy to me. Jay says, since you was a coward, we've been sprinkling world with baby powder. So fresh and so clean. Been an outcast since a teen, but I outlast because I outblast anybody you bring. Young, you got it, Prophet. I told you niggas that I showed you niggas. You can't knock it. Don't get carried away like a mule, nigga. Where was you, nigga? I was doing this here like Mary J, like every day. Then the nigga goes on into the, what's the next part he got? Once again, it's on, nigga. Bring the drama to your lawn, nigga. Tell your mama bye-bye. Get ready to mourn, sister. See what I got here is a full-blown twister. You nothing but hot air. It's not fair. The reason we lead the pack, this is a marathon. You start off fast and you wheezing in the back. So even if I slack, I got the leeway to pull out the reason by the Mac of Philadelphia Freeway, and I'm back and I'm not leaving. I'm here, but you can't see him. I gave you the blueprint, but you can't be him. So no matter what you told, or how many records you sold, deep inside, there's only one hole. Young Beto, voice of the young people. If my life is a movie, then C gonna be the sequel. We bring it to your door with bleak peeping through the peephole. And don't get scared, niggas. Alert your peoples. Like, that verse is crazy.
Kill that verse.
Second favorite joint I got is Source Money's Pregame. Source Money, this was off the Belly soundtrack. What Jay say on this joint? As a youth explosively, clapping off the roof, shooting guard like Kobe, raised up slate something. Back then, Gil was my Cody. Spanish Jose showed me how to get the money niggas owe me. Fast forward, no kids, 6 cars and 3 rollies. 2 cribs, trips to Cuba, sipping on Upa. Got rap in a stupor. First to clap your group up. From the range, from the ski rack, or the 6 with the roof up. Shit, I like the motherfucking soundproof booth up. New shit, you say the same shit like you looped up. Your raps are lazy. Jigga the Black Scorsese. Which your album lack is more Jay-Z. Codename Jave Hova. All praise me. Y'all don't paint pictures. Y'all all trace me. You've yet to see the day when my squad be done. I represent that shit, nigga. Marcy's son. That was crazy to me. Next up, Porsche. I'm sorry. It's a Drake song. Pound Cake.
I've never heard it, so I have no idea.
Okay, cool. The joint. What did they say here? Yo, it's so funny. I got like an iPad 4 and I don't realize how slow this thing is compared to like, my iPhone. I'm like, this thing loading forever. All right. So he said, I had Benzes before you had braces. The all black Maybach, but I'm not a racist. Inside's whiter than Katy Perry's face is. Yellow diamonds in my hate. I just might learn to speak Mandarin. Japanese for the yen that I'm handling. International hold, that's my handle. My Saint Chardon light a candle. El Grande Santo on the mantle too. In case y'all didn't know, I speak Spanish too. Shout out the Worldwide West. Everywhere we go, we leave a worldwide mess. Yeah, still rock live familiar. Says a lot about you if you're not feeling us. The homie said, Hove, it ain't many of us. I told him less is more, nigga. There's plenty of us. Yeah. He goes into cake, 500 million. I got a pound cake. Niggas is fronting. That's upside down cake. Give them a red nose. They clown cakes. They should have never let you round cakes. Look at my neck. I got a carrot cake. Now here's the icing on the cake. Now I'm just getting started. We got this. I've done made more millionaires than a lotto did. Dame made millions. Biggs made millions. Ye made millions. Just made millions. Lior made millions. Cam made millions. Beans would tell you if he wasn't in his feelings. My eyes bloodshot, but my jet don't lag. A pair of Jordan 3s trying to chase this cash. Gucci airbags just in case we crash. Yo, last night was mad trill. I'm fresh out of Advil. Jesus grabbed the wheel. The reason why I love that line so much is because somebody told me this on Twitter and I never put two and two together that, Beans had to join I Can Feel It in the Air.
Yeah.
He was saying, I never took that as a diss to Jay-Z, but they were saying how that was a diss to Jay-Z. So when he says Beans would tell you if he wasn't in his feelings.
Got it.
Feel it in the air. And I never put two and two together. It could be, it might not be, but I love that part. We said, I done made more millionaires than a lotto did. And then name the niggas. They made millions. Biggs made millions. Like, yo, I done made all y'all niggas money. Another joint a lot of people don't know about, and I love this joint, Rick Ross's Freemasons.
I love that. I love that song.
Yo, his verse on that to me is stupid, and I'm waiting for this to load up this slow iPad too. Niggas couldn't do nothing with me. They put the devil on me. I would have preferred niggas to squeeze the metal on me. Rumors of Lucifer. I don't know who to trust. The whole world want my demise. Turn the music up. Hear me clearly if you niggas don't fear me. Just say you fear me. Fuck all these fairy tales. Go to hell. This is God engineering. This is a Hail Mary pass. Y'all interfering. He without sin shall cast the first stone. So look in the mirror and double check your appearance. Bitch, I said I was amazing. Not that I'm a Mason. It's amazing that I made it through the maze that I was in. Lord, forgive me. I would have never made it without sin. Holy water, my face in the basin. Diamonds in my rosary shows he forgave him. Bitch, I'm red hot. I'm on my third six, but a devil I'm not. My Jesus peace flooded, but thou shalt not covet. Keep your eyes off my cupboard. It's a bad motherfucker. It's whole. Just say you love it. You know what I mean? So that joint where he said, I'm red hot. I'm on my third six, but a devil I'm not. Like, yo,
that's crazy.
Just J being J. And then the last joint I got is it was a little tie because I love this verse. You talk about Porsche, you brought up the R&B. I love his verse on Maya's Best of Me remix. I love his verse on that.
I like Jada's verse better, but I know I'm in the minority with that. I definitely know because I put it out there and people were like, Jay killed that. And I was like, he did, I like Jada's better. But yes.
On the Come On Baby Side Guy on the remix, you ain't crazy, don't you play me, don't you know it's Jay-Z. When internets ask the best, why won't you say me? Don't you hate me? Come on, wasn't it all gravy, baby? I took my lumps up, come just like a boxer, baby. My first style, maybe if I stuttered, maybe, but then I slowed it down, brought it from the gutter, maybe. So Like that dude just killed that joint and the Maya the Best for Me remix. So that's my J spill right there. Vern, what you got up next, man?
I'm gonna say my best one for last, but I'm gonna throw out two. This is a double entendre of people that Portia hates. This is this is Eminem on a Drake track.
Oh geez. I don't hate M. I just like the beginning of M.
I never even knew M and Drake had a song together.
Forever.
Yeah,
It may not mean nothing to y'all.
Yeah.
I've never heard it. If Drake's on a track,
you've
I've
heard that
never
song.
heard
It
it.
was a Sprite commercial.
Yeah, you heard it.
Okay,
It may not mean nothing to y'all. No. But M just like Kanye West, I think Lil Wayne and all of them went first. Man, M just lost his mind and just did what M does, and he was killing. I ain't gonna recite the lyrics because it's crazy, but I just love how he just was a rude guest that on this track. So you have to peep that one for yourself. So that's my little ode to Eminem and Drake. And then so I'm gonna fill in the blanks before I get to my last one. But Sir Hood on Scenario remix, man.
Yes.
Do I need to say anything else?
No.
Okay.
If you ain't heard that, man, you need to turn this podcast off and go listen to that first.
Yeah, exactly.
I gotta say nothing. That may be one of the best introductions on Wax ever.
I think it is.
I know the Nas barbecue problem.
No, not to me.
I feel you. I'm not mad at nobody who picks Hood because you know what, I would say this. If I just was listening to, I probably would say Hood too. I think I say Nas just because I know what Nas became.
Mm-hmm.
But if I looked at it like, yo, that's the only thing I ever heard from Nas, and this is the only thing I ever heard from Hood, I probably would go with Hood.
Yeah.
Hood's verse. Because, and this is again, the disciples do not come at me. The Nas disciples do not come at me. I'm not saying, but I do think if you take out "I went to hell for snuffing Jesus," that one line is what really made barbecue so crazy. Not that I'm discrediting anything else that Nas said at Live at the Barbecue, but I just have a big feeling that if we ask people, what do you remember about Live at the Barbecue or Nas' verse, it would be that one line. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, so
Large Pro actually said that he was sort of like, what the hell, when he heard that line too.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, did he just say that? And then so you're
no,
not wrong there.
Crazy from talking to people. Like I was talking to Veg, and he was like, he actually liked Akinelli's verse the best because of that. That was the first time he heard that style. So, from talking to people, I think I've always assumed just everybody loved Nas's verse the best. But from talking to people, I see there's some people who was maybe Ak or Nas or whatever like that. So now I definitely agree with you, Vern. That is probably one of the dopest, if not the dopest intro.
And it's sad. It's grand opening, grand closing for him.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, Tip said he never lived to see the album, that song come out.
Right. And it's so crazy. The funny, you know what? This is why I love y'all, because you just changed my mind right there. That is the dopest intro to me ever. Because what I was about to say is, man, I would love a little short documentary on Hood. So the fact that I want a documentary about a nigga who had one verse, that says a lot. I don't know if Nas only dropped Live at the Barbecue. I'd be like, hey, whatever happened to that Nasir kid? Like, I need a documentary on him. Like, but with Hood, that definitely is crazy. Because I'm just always like, where did you find this dude?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because Hood was so Hood, he didn't even fit in with Tribe and Leaders. Like, Tribe and Leaders is like Howard University, and then you just got somebody from Norfolk State or from like Lincoln University.
Exactly.
Threw them in. Like, you got a whole bunch of people smelling like incense, and now you bringing in this Hood dude talking about he wild like Larry Davis. Like, there ain't nothing else coming out of Scenario all the people rhyming that even come close to what Hood was talking about. So, Tip, what made you get this Hood dude and put him on here? So, yeah, a million questions. Probably one day we'll get the answers, man. Porsche, you know what? Tip just retweeted the video we did about saluting him. So, I'm trying to knock on the door in a respectful manner. Like, hey, we'd like to get you on the show. That
would be dope.
Yeah, we gotta get Tip, we gotta get Fonte, we gotta get Pete.
Yo,
they show love.
This show would be like 3 hours because I've got a million questions. Tip just by myself, and I'm sure we all do. Porsche, what's another joint for you?
I'm just gonna add to the Jay-Z one because I've got Jay on my list as well. His verse on, again, I gotta bring the R&B in here, but Jay's verse on Usher's Hot Toddy is brilliant. I love it. I think it's great. Nas, Jay, and Big are all really great at their verses on R&B joints. Big obviously is my favorite, but then this one, if you read the lyrics, and I don't even want to mess it up. Just the flow and what Jay says is just brilliant. He brings up like kings and gods and he laces them together and then kind of takes you through it and then reverses it. And you're just sort of like, what the hell did he just do? And his voice again is so complimentary to Usher's, which I never like. When I initially heard Usher and Jay were on a song together, I was like, "Yikes, that's gonna sound kind of weird." And then you listen to it, and it's so good. And I know a lot of people don't.
I've never heard.
Yeah, I know a lot of people haven't heard of it. It's called Hot Toddy. And it's it's a very Usher sort of song. And then Jay just kind of goes in there and lessens the Usher-ness of it, if that makes sense. And it's brilliant. And then another one is Mr. Carter with Lil Wayne. I just love that these two Carters are together on this track. Wayne's voice, I want to say like his intonation and the sound of his voice is so different than Jay's that it just sort of, I don't know, I like Wayne on this track, and I don't really have a problem with Wayne, but Jay is just so smooth compared to Wayne, and I just love that they're both kind of together on this, and I just love the way it sounds. So
now, Porsche, where's that off of? I've never heard that either.
The Lil Wayne and Jay?
Yeah.
It's on the Carter 3 album.
That's my problem.
Yeah, it's on Wayne.
Yeah, I'm about to say, you haven't heard any Wayne albums, so yeah, you wouldn't know.
But Kill, it's worth a listen just for Jay's verse. Like even if you fast forward through Wayne,
I totally get it. It's funny because that was some shit I started last week with. Somebody asked me, "Is Lil Wayne a legend?" And I was like, "Yo, to be honest, I can't intelligently speak on it because I've never heard a Lil Wayne album." And of course,
how dare you?
Out came the Martians, and Marvin the Martian came out and just blew up all the Looney Tunes world. And I'm like, look, bro, he was a little kid when I remember Lil Wayne as a little kid, and I never felt them. So, and it's funny because I did hear the Carter 2, but somebody tricked me on Twitter. I can't remember who it was. Somebody was like, "Yo, Kill, you gotta listen to the Carter 2 because Alchemist did like 5 songs on it." And I was like, "Word, okay." And I listened to it, and I was like, "Yo, it's dope," but I don't really hear no out. They like, "Yeah, we kind of lied," type thing. We kind of knew that was the only way we were gonna get you to listen. So sorry about that, but yeah, there is no out. I said I can't even be mad because y'all know me. There was no way I was listening to Lil Wayne unless you had something on there. So I definitely feel you. Right. What's another one for you?
All right, so I'm gonna throw Big Daddy Kane in the mix, man. His verse off the Symphony. That's a perfect verse. We're talking perfect verses to start a song. That's the perfect verse to end the song.
Right.
It's long, but it's just right. He kills that, man. I'm not gonna go too deep into it because I will hope the viewers have heard that song enough times to be able to recite it. But that verse, man, for me, that I love his verse and Master Ace's verse. Those are the verses that I can sit back and just be like, yeah, I can hear this all day. Right. So Kane's verse on the Symphony, man, that's a top 5 verse for me.
Now, 2 things on that. One, I know y'all probably know the story. Maybe people watching don't. Ace wasn't even supposed to be on there.
Yeah.
Shan was supposed to be on there because at the time, people have to remember that with music being made, music can be sitting for a year before we even get to hear it. So when the Symphony was being made, MC Shan was the biggest artist at that time. It wasn't Kane, it wasn't G-Rap, it wasn't Craig G. So Shan, they left the on the back of the In Control album cover. It's them at the airport. After they left that shoot, Shan was supposed to come to the studio to get on the Symphony, and he never showed up because he was like, basically, "F them niggas." I'm the star. Forget them dudes. And then Molly pulled Ace in. You know what I mean? So that's that. The second thing with Kane, because I'm gonna get to 2 of my peoples in a minute, and we're gonna talk about why there wasn't more guest verses back in the 80s. You know what I mean? So we'll get to that. Matter of fact, let's chop that up now. I don't need to come back to it. So 2 of my people are I'll get to my third. My third is Nas, but then my fourth is Rakim. My fifth is KRS. Now the problem with Rakim and KRS is they don't have a lot of guest verses. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And you know, Rec, we was talking about that offline. What is one of the reasons? I have philosophies of my own. What are the reasons you have for why you don't think there were more guest verses in hip hop in the 80s?
So at that time, the 80s, man, hip hop was friendly, but it was blood sport, like for real. Like Cats was friendly, but we talked about this in the LL verse. Like he was letting you know, like, look, nigga, I'm LL. I don't care who you are and what you're doing today. This is what I do, and you're gonna have to come hard for my crown. And they really, really ran with that. I think that in the 80s and early 90s, like those spots were coveted. It wasn't as much, you know, get on the track with me, do something with me. They was doing it for them, for their name. Like their name is what rang. I mean, you know, the Wire references is there, but that's what it was. You know, for Rakim to have to do a song with somebody else, it's almost as if they got to come to his level. And he wasn't probably not going to have somebody be on a song with him to where, you know, they got a chance to outshine him. He wasn't going to let that happen. And neither was LL, because LL don't have any verses in his first 7 to 8 years. This might be the one that I talked about with Rampage. That might be his first guest appearance on the song. So that wasn't a thing. They weren't doing guest appearances like that. It was, yo, let me get in the studio, do my thing. If you're not in my crew, I'm not doing no guest appearances. It was very crew, you know, very cliquey. Right. You know, it wasn't going to be no verse from a cat from New York and a cat from the West Coast. That was never going to happen. Right. Ice Cube started that with Burn Hollywood Burn. The first time I saw that video, I was like, yo, you got New York cats and West Coast cats? Like, okay, this is okay. What's going to happen here? Right. It just that wasn't the thing. Cats weren't doing guest verses on people's songs when they were coming for the crown. It wasn't the Lil Wayne eras to where you do 1 million guest verses and then all of a sudden you're giving the crown because you got 1,000 verses out. It was, yo, I'm gonna put this work in, and you're gonna respect my craft, and you're gonna know my name.
Right.
You know?
I agree with you. And my take was at that time and point for people who weren't there, hip hop was very segregated.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, hip hop was very much like you said, Rec, about your crew. And if you're not in my crew, I don't rock with you. You know what I mean? It was segregated as far as producers. This is why nobody really sounded alike. EPMD did beats for EPMD. The Bomb Squad did beats for PE. You know, Herbie did beats only for his crew. You only rock. Everybody had their own in-house producer.
Yes.
And rocked with. So it was very segregated. And then, like you said, everybody was fighting for that crown. It wasn't a lot. Now, here's the other thing about guest verses while we get into the late 90s and to the 2000s. It's a paycheck now.
Right.
So, a lot of times, people are like, oh, yo, you need a verse? Bet I got you. Where's that 5 G's? Okay, boom, you need a verse. That's no problem. Where's that 50 G's? Like, it became a paycheck to where I can get paid very quickly, especially if I can get on an artist who's big enough level, you know, to get money like that. I always tell people there's a real big change in hip hop that happened while I was in college from 92 to 96 because freshman year, 92, you know, EPMD has our crossover. And Parrish is talking about still I haven't seen one rapper living comfortable. You know what I mean? And then you get to 1997 and you got MTV Cribs. Now, how we go from rappers ain't even living comfortably and niggas got a Samurai Suzuki in a bed. Now, mofos got 5-bedroom houses, the boom boom rooms, swimming pools. So it was
money
a
ain't a thing. Yeah.
Money ain't a thing. So that's the thing. Like, I'm sure if there was a big check back in the day, then Salt Pepper, yep, I got a verse for you. I got, you know, but hip hop wasn't about the money at that time. There wasn't a whole bunch of checks for you to come in and get a guest verse or whatever like that. But speaking on that, I'm gonna go with what I have is I have Rakim and KRS, but then I have also like an asterisk of 2 of my new favorite MCs because I couldn't pull much from them. The one I got from Rakim is for people who may not know, Jody Watley used to be Lamar.
Yeah, I had a huge crush on Jody Watley.
Yeah, you can find the end.
Right, but she had a joint called Friends, and you talk about, boys, you talk about hip hop with R&B. This may have been the first time that hip hop merged with R&B, like scene. Like this was just, it wasn't like, yo, the track is whack and here come Rakim to save the day. The track was dope as is. Jody was dope. So Rakim says, friends are hard to find, so be careful. You'll get fried in the end to remind you, prepare you. That some ain't bad, but one might backstab to get their fingertips on what one might have. Bite the hand that feeds you. Lead the people who need you, but those who hold you back and mislead you. To be a leader, don't get led on or led in the wrong direction. Is a dead end. The next thing, use your detour. Life's like a or ups and downs, and I bet there'll be more potholes and obstacles in a path that's righteous. At times, you might need a hand to fight this way of life. Straighten up, take a thought and replace it. And don't you add two-faced, because jealousy and envy, you still act friendly, you'll get fried in the end when you pretend to be. You know what I mean? And Rakim, I mean, nobody was mad. Like, there wasn't a human being alive, like, yo, that nigga Rakim on the R&B. Always like,
that joint was a banger.
No, like, yo, it was like, Rod killed that. You know what I mean? Now, my asterisk for Rod, I'm going to go with my man, Pusha T. He's probably one of my top 5 favorites right now. One of my guest verses. No reason to do Pop Molly. We already talked about Pop Molly. One of the slept on verses I don't think a lot of people heard is he's on Side Highs, No Dope on Sunday.
Yes.
He said, starting out trapping, trying to get the new bows. Then I realized what it did for them hoes. When I recognized what you knows, I couldn't justify what I did to my bro. Fed an addiction, I just let it snow. Fell my religion, I couldn't let it go. Fell in addiction, I just chased the glow. See, you don't need the drums when you just talking what you know. See what I see, niggas snitching on the low. Niggas coming home, niggas out here acting like, oh, the truth is you love them, but they putting on a show. You got to cash them out and validate to everyone you know. Time's changing and it's hard for something to grow. And for the conversation are no longer, man, we about to blow. I want to see you back on your feet, and that's for sure. The whole city know that I've done enough, so there's no more. So that was one of my favorite Pusha verses. And then I also got, what is this joint? Goddamn. I'm gonna go with Kid See Ghost, the Kanye and Kid Cudi album. The first song that comes on, the beat is so off. I don't even know how he caught this beat. I don't know what it is, but he starts off with, "We not worried about no other nigga. We don't other nigga. You bust down a rollie, I bust down a brick, then I flooded nigga. I'm not to be compared to you rappers. Easy does it, nigga. I'm more easy. You trying the best to become me, nigga. She like them bottles with bubbles in it. Buy her Love with them other linens. Why would I wait when there's other women? Why would I hate we in love with women? Buy her bundles, fly her out. Bring a friend, try her out. Ain't no worries finding out the details is ironed out. Easily to play things. Yeah, I can't even, like, seriously, the flow is so off kiltered with the beat, but he killed it. So that's my second one for Push. Vern, you got anybody else left?
Yeah.
All right, what you got?
You see that guy behind me? All right, I'm gonna do 3 hip hop and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 R&Bs. So I typed a text to a girl I used to see saying that I chose this cutie pie with whom I want to be, and I apologize if this message gets you down. Then I CC'd every girl I CC around town, and I hate to see y'all frown, but I'd rather see her smiling. Wetness all around me, true, but I'm no island. Peninsula, maybe. It makes no sense. I know I'm crazy, so you know, international player anthem. He set that sucker off. So
we would have to do a show about rappers who have made the craziest words fit into a rap.
Yes.
Like what peninsula? Like,
yeah,
yo, like what?
It's a body of water.
Correct. You talking about an accordion? Like, what are the words from rhymes that just where you were like, did this nigga just say peninsula?
Yes,
I know.
A small island around the body of water.
But it's just like, no, but who said, like, the thought again?
Yes.
You know, I want to ask 3000. Were you high? Did you just I want to know what this was. Like, you know, what yeah, I don't know, but yeah.
They're superheroes.
Yeah.
They are.
Superhero, because I'm like, this nigga's literally flying with his rhymes. Like, and to hear that Pimp C didn't even like that verse. You know what I mean? Like, that's
he didn't like Andre's verse.
He didn't like it because it wasn't on the beat. He was like, yo, I want him rhyming on the beat. Like, why is he rhyming?
Why he just rhyming?
Right. Why is he just rhyming over this intro part? You know, but it's just like,
it was genius. It was genius.
That's why. Yeah. So I won't say the rhymes on the other one, but I'm sorry. He just destroyed T.I. And T.I. even said, man, why you get me out of here on my own song? And when 16 ain't enough on the Rick Ross joint. God forgive, I don't. Yes. He lost his mind.
He did. He did. I haven't heard that one in a while. That's one of my favorite Ross albums.
All right. So R&B on Everybody with Farnsworth. Shorty, you killing them hard with them lady pants. Simple elegance, looking better when you dance. Chest to the sun with your thoroughbred stance. You gallop to the rhythm of the native drum chant. Your
Yes.
granny must be Navajo. Your mama do rodeo. Your papa do the Savile Row. Rodeo Drive, Seville Row suits. I mean, it's so much in his stuff, dog. So all right, that's that one. Um, this dude lost his mind on that Hello with Erica Badu, man. Okay, challenge. Leave your phone unlocked and right side up. Walk out the room without throwing your chick off balance. It's either on or off. Ain't no in between when it's valid. I seem to want to talk more and more about what really matters. I see my aura hop out my torso and hit her backwards. Flip watching you skip down my corridor. Skip a ballad. Don't need ish on the side no more. All entree, F a salad. I often have awesome thoughts of tossing this softer palate. So when we fall, any wall, any stall, any crawl, any pause, any scar, any tie, any dark, well dissolved, kill them all. Build a bear, build them all, build it where it won't fall. Give it all, give it my all. Don't wear any draws, any bra anymore. In it raw, isn't it raw? I mean, bro.
No, what song is that? I never heard
Erica Badu. Hello, 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 hello,
what joint is
hello, hello. It's on. She did like an EP about
Yeah.
5 years ago. Please cue
Yeah,
that
I
up,
never even heard that.
dude.
It's a small EP.
Bro, please cue that up. You won't be disappointed. All right, Sleepy Brown.
Oh, can't wait.
Leather in the summer, silk in the winter. This is such an art. Where do I begin? Used to sing tenor in the church choir. Really, I was flexing, but the girls, they were fine. I'm the type of guy that know the subtle signs. When I cuddle mine, she ain't even trying to look sexy. But even if she was, so what? Some other grow up don't mean to be so abrupt, but that's let me know that she's a human being, and being human is hard on the boulevard. I mean, Sleepy said, I listened on a what was it on? He was on I think he's on the Art of Organizer. He was on the thing with Combat Jack. And he was trying to get Stacks to get on some of this stuff. So they was flying to LA. He was like, man, here, I want you to find something you want to get on. And he already knew that was the one he wanted to be on. Matter of fact, on that Combat Jack show. Man, Stacks wrote the verse while he was on the plane and just made it way longer than it was supposed to be. But how you gonna tell Stacks, you only got this amount of time? So he killed that. Let me see. There, everybody. Anderson .Paak. Come Home. Have y'all heard that?
I have not heard it.
Oh my God. Portia, tell him.
Go ahead, Vern.
Hold on. Come Home. Paak. I listened to this when I went to Cuba. I played it like 800 times. So whenever I hear the song, it reminds me of Cuba, which is good. But he said, let me see. You're all I need, all of me on my knees, normally harmony. Bumblebee, hummingbird, I'm a nerd, study you. What are you? WWF, we fighting. We might need counseling, possibly more so me. Sounds to me, frowns will be grounds to leave. Hounds will be looking for you before you drop a tear. I pray them stop pretending that I ain't him. I ain't them some dumpling. I remember when you started dyeing them silver hairs and started hiding from your age. I asked why, how come? Amazing how time can run away from us. I'm no nun, you're no priest, but I promise, hon, you're going to see a phenomenon. Come with me like it's Ramadan. I don't eat like it's Comic-Con. I'm a freak for you. Yeah, I'm begging now, pretty pleased with cherries on top. Harry Wet Twat, Harriet Tubman, don't give up. And if your gut tells you to strut, then strut. Then I'll hair you a car, but what man won't beg? You know I'm a nutmeg. I will show up on a little moped with a little puppy. I'll be fluffy. You want untough it? We can discuss it. You know I'm suffering. I do miss my friend. I don't like my fan bun up. Till come, well, that's ill-informed. Sweet stuff, Willy Wonka. We stuck Billabong. At least at minimum, we gonna get along. Peace and intercom. Geez, it's been a long time. Please, I'm feeling dumb. I'm playing. Yeah. Let me see what else. Okay. Most people ain't never heard this, but he went crazy on Lloyd, dedication to my ex. All right, he said, your ex-boyfriend should thank me that I took you off his hands. No, I can't bring another beach to the sand. And I know I'm well aware that you can bring a man to his knees and get what you want without saying please. But can you bring a man to his feet when the feet is on repeat and they're gonna put his Grammys in the street? What? Why so quiet? Hate that all of our memories happen in the Hyatt. You were perfect before you went on a diet. You was way thicker. You think I don't remember? The magazine got your head. Now somebody you don't even know somebody you don't even know got you in bed. I bet Buddy don't even know that you don't like red or was a future. Our future is dead. And then the last one I ain't gonna say it, but I'll give me the green light with John Legend. So Portia, that just, you made me think when you talk about Big on R&B tracks. how Stax just lost his mind on a whole bunch of R&B tracks. So that's mine.
That Everybody is a slept on joint, man. Because Cats wrote Farnsworth Bentley off, but that joint is a banger.
Yes, it is.
Sorry.
Kill, please listen to Hello, please. Because I ain't do it justice how he flipped it, how he flowed on it.
The wild part is he also had a joint with Lloyd. I forgot the name of it, but he said something like, it was just a slick line. He said something like, I asked, what time do you get off? And I said, what time do I get you off? Like something like that. Like, it was like, just simplicity sometimes is all you need. Porsche, you got anybody else left?
Yeah, I got Common.
Okay.
And I'll just go through the joints. I'll just kind of generalize why I picked these ones.
Right.
I got Respiration from the Black Star album. Verbal Murder 2 from Soul Survivor with Pete Rock and several others. And then Universe at War off the Illadelph album.
When you and I verse at war.
He said, you gotta be a Black Thought, kind of be like Malik. What was he said? To be Black Thought, you gotta be like Malik, so don't question a brother to the roots I get deep. Yeah.
And then Slam Pit off the Musical Massacre album with Beatnut, from the Beatnuts album. And basically those ones are my favorite because Calm's verses stand out in those, and even on the Roots joints where they're like a super group with a lot of lyrical ability, and Calm can still hold his own. So I really like that, and it's old school Common, not Hollywood Common. So it's like the best of Common. Yes. So yeah, I think he was just so dope on each one of those tracks, and if you haven't heard them, definitely give them a spin.
Also, he showed out on a bunch of De La Soul tracks too.
Oh yeah.
Business.
Business. He killed that one.
Yeah. A couple other ones.
Should I tell you my last MC as well?
Yeah.
Okay, I got Tupac. I had to. I couldn't not. I'll just go.
Surprise!
Yeah, Tupac on it. He's a genius. What can I say?
To be real with you, I didn't know Pac had a lot of guest verses. So
he doesn't. That's the thing. He doesn't have a lot of guest verses because he has so much. He's got like volumes and volumes of his own stuff that he did, and he features people on his tracks, but he's not featured on a lot of tracks. But he did a joint with Nate Dogg, of course. That's like goes hand in hand for West Coast sound and feel, and it's just dope. Me and my homies, and then Strapped with Spice One. Gotta Get Mine with MC Breed, Dustin and Disgusted with E40, and Thug Love with Bone Thugs. And
I gotta get Mine.
Pac's voice, I mean,
I got my hand on my trigger, thing on my nine.
Pac is Pac, and I love his personality, and his personality carries through on every single track, and it just is great. I just love it. It's Tupac through and through. Passion and
that Pac, I gotta get mine with.
Yeah, man.
That's what I rocked with Pac. Like, like that was the Pac that when my homies call, like, I gotta get mine. Crazy. That was crazy.
Pain.
Because he brought that verse in just like, right.
Nah, I definitely feel you on that. Rec, you got anybody else left?
Yeah, I got a big verse, man. You hit him in the head with the Brooklyn's Finest joint, but cats forget that he killed You Can't Stop the Rain with Shaq. That's the only reason to listen to that song. Listen to the big verse. He killed that joint. I'm not gonna go into the verse. If you haven't heard it, just check it out and listen to the big joint. He killed that part. He killed his parts.
Right.
I'm not gonna go into it. I ain't gonna do that to you, Kill. I ain't gonna get you with the Shaq references. And Jay-Z, his verse on What We Do, Freeway's joint.
Yeah, good.
Verse, like the song is dope. You know, and it's one of those songs that borderlines like the joint for the hood, but you can play it in the club. Like I spin it in the club often. Right. So when that comes on, everybody does this. Everybody turned into Hove. But the verse, as short as it was,
he killed.
Standout verse. Him and Beans wrapped that song up nice and tight.
Yeah, I think my favorite part was that when he said, "Gotta kill witnesses because free bear is sticking out."
Yeah. It visualizes like, oh shit. Okay, he must got a ski mask on. Okay, got it. Like,
was
Yeah,
definitely.
it's crazy, man. But I love that verse, man.
All right,
Bang, bang like T-Mac.
Oh yeah. The last two I got KRS, but like I said, not a lot of guest verses. But the one I loved was "Mosh It Up" by Just Ice off of Cool and Deadly, off of Just Ice second album. You know, it's where the Roots got the whole nothing new. Y'all not saying nothing new. And KRS sets off with Boogie Down Production, always recite rhymes. The ones that chase us like two steps behind, because we write the records that be rocking all the time, like Poetry, Super Hoe, and Listen to My Nine. I don't eat flesh, no type of meat of any kind, but you eat meat, better known as also swine. But some eat swine, better known as also pork. They stab it and they stab it till they get it on their fork. The first one to say there's nothing wrong with a pig, but haven't you seen the way this animal lives? I tell you, suicide. So that was like that right there was crazy. That was like when, I want to say this was before By Any Means, and after Criminal Minded, anything KRS was on, I loved. So he was always on something with Just Ice, even going way back, in the beginning. So that's that. My asterisk for KRS, because I don't have a lot, is gonna definitely be one of my favorite MCs right now, Benny the Butcher. I'm gonna go with his verse off Bullet Club, off Conway's GOAT. I'm waiting for this guy. This iPad is slow, man. No wonder I gave it to Nay. Like, cause I'm right then I got mad at her, like, why ain't it charged? Like, why I need it now? But so he said, this cat says, I can't believe where the flow got us. I kept the whole profit, got a plan with the rock like the Globetrotters. We straighten beef out and fold dollars, but I'm still humble from the days we ate the bread with the mold rounded. And this feeling you will never feel. Flow impressive still. And I perform better when the pressure builds. Singling mothers, reading hustlers, stretching mills. She fed us with cash for the electric bill. I'm too eclectic, mouth reckless still. I hit the hood just to chill like the old days in Ketchupville. You see, this paper could change a nigga demeanor. I seen it take dreamers and make them into believers. Had you sipping Ace, pulling up like Ace in a Beamer. But first you got to relate to the Ace at the cleaners. That
damn.
You telling me, had you sipping Ace, pulling up like Ace in a Beamer, but first you got to relate to the Ace at the cleaners? Like, yo, that right there, for people who don't know, the Paid in Full reference, with Ace, and there's so many others. I won't go into them. West Side Gun, Sensational Siri, GG's is crazy. The nigga, hold up, I gotta get this one off of Sensational Sherry real quick, because this dude said he said the gun clap faster than shoot faster than carry Kittles at Villanova. Like, sports references are crazy. Like, he said, you might catch me Dolo, but the drum hole 50. If the Poe come get me, I might come home 60. If I get head in the whip, she might come home sticky. It work triple your work if you move one load with me, and that's on God. You get pies get measured when the ties get severed, and we ain't never squashing beef. I like conflict better. My name in conversations with accomplished legends. Anybody that rhyme pathetic done got beheaded. My nigga letting texts off, ratchets pop. Then the rest of them hills and them rec yards, shadow boxing. Take a rapid chain, bring it here, I'll gladly rock it. Me, West, and Conway like Mike Bird and Magic Johnson. 44 mag, ski match with the fabric cotton. My eyes done seen shit my kids can't imagine watching. Niggas pull up in a casket for the hat you rocking. Dope boy, I used to use a mattress as an extra pocket. They spend half their career getting over. This nickel shoot like Harry Kittles from Villanova. Like, I used to take trips in the cab to get the coca. I still ride in the back of the whip getting chauffeured. Feds at my front door trying to leave. The gang plugs and more. Just Benny being Benny. And then my number 3 is Nas. I had what did I have for Nas? Of course, Live at the Barbecue, Mob's Eye for an Eye, Comm's Ghetto Dreams that nobody ever talks about. I love his verse on that joint. Like Poor said, Puns, John Blaze, Mobb Deep, it's mine. But the one verse I never hear anybody ever talk about, and I thought he killed it, was Success. Jay-Z's joint off the American Gangster album.
Talking about let that
joint breathe.
Breathe.
Success, McLaren, women staring, my villain appearance, sacred blood of a king in my vein ain't spilling, ghetto Othello, Sugar Hill Romello, Camaro driving, I climax from paper, then ask why it's worth life living. Is it the hunt for the shit that you want? To receive great, but I lust giving. The best jewelers want to make my things. I make Jacob shit on Lorraine just to make me a chain. Niggas mentioned on One Love, came home the paper in hand. Ain't gotta brag about the feds, young man. Old cribs I sold, y'all ride by like monuments. Google Earth Niles, I got flats in other continents. Worst enemies want to be my best friends. Best friends want to be enemy, like that's what's in. But I don't give a fuck. Walk inside the Lions den. Take everybody's ship out to cash them in. Up your catalog, dogs. Mine is worth too much. Like Mike Jack's ATV pub, Matola can't touch. And everybody was saying that he was taking a shot on Jay on that when he was saying best friends want to be my best. I mean, enemies want to be my best friends. You know, so it's crazy because there's a million. I'm sure one day we will come to find out that there was a million hidden shots taken, and you know that needs to be a book. Shots taken, like all the shots that have been taken at hip hop that you never knew. It was something, and it's so funny because they're disses that only they could pick up on.
Right.
Like they said on Nas, it was written on the message when he said something like TV sets and Lex the minimum. That was a shot at Jay because I guess Nas had the TV sets and the Lex first, and Jay got them or something. And, you know, but only those two would know that. Like none of us would ever think, oh, you know, Lex with TV sets the minimum. Like, what is that? But Jay hears that, and it's like, oh, okay. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm sure just like with LL, that there's a million songs where people have taken shots at each other, you know what I mean? Like that. So definitely a dope show. Rec, give them all the information, good brother.
Twitter at DJ Rec1 and Instagram it's the same at DJ Rec1.
All right, no doubt. Porsche.
On Twitter, it's at Cherchez Porsche.
All right, and Vern. If you need a house in ATL in Georgia, I don't know how you're not messing with the closer. This is the dude you need to get with. Vern, tell them where they can get at you, man.
He is I is him. Slim with the tilted brim. On Twitter, VChandler10. On Instagram, at V the Loan Closer.
All right, no doubt. You already know what it is with me. Kill 889 hot. I was about to say Hotmail. This is on Hotmail is Kill 889. On Twitter and IG is Kill 889. What is out right now? Musse's album is still out.
Yao's album's out and it's dope.
It's crazy. And these two guys right here got tracks on it.
Yes, sir.
Rec and Kill.
Yes, sir.
So Yao's album is out. It's dope. And tomorrow, Vegas
drops,
album. We have 4 albums.
Yeah, 4 deep.
4 deep. And this one is called Keep Calm. We brought friends. Just to let everybody know, Vegas didn't want to do another album. So he said, if we do it, I'm only trying to write a verse. So we got features on everything. So I want to put that out there because people always like, Kill, you talking about rappers who don't hold down the album. This was literally like the final chapter.
It's a concept album.
It's a concept album. Our third album was called Keep Calm. That's why this one is called Keep Calm. We brought friends. So everybody's on there. Nice. Cash is on there from South Central.
That's very clever. I'm looking forward to that Vegas album.
Yes, Yao is on there. My man Kel Spence is on there. Woods, Viral Audio. Like literally, I'm probably leaving. Driz Low from Philly is on there. So literally,
it'll be dope.
That's on there. So that's coming out tomorrow. But other than that, I will catch y'all next week, y'all.
See ya.
Peace.
Bye.
Yo, I love doing this one because this is so much more easier than like, you know.